All right, folks, and welcome to the debut of Just Diamond Bets, baby, the HR, which stands for the Home Run Derby edition here. I'm joined with Adam, the Ace of Diamonds, and, of course, our main man, Shane O'Mac. Guys, how you doing today?
Good. How are you, Jonathan?
Good. Excuse me. Let's, of course, guys, show you what's going on here on the graphics. Audience is, of course, the 8 participants that are going to be participating in tonight's Home Run Derby. We can see the odds, their names, of course, their faces, and you'll see our faces. There will be a little icon that is next to our picks. You'll see their stats. We're going to cover all that today live for you, courtesy of YouTube. So, of course, let's begin with the following. We're going to go with one of the participants that's taking place here in the Home Run Derby before we get to our picks is, of course, from the Athletics, Brent Roker, currently at 700. He is the first baseman for the Athletics. You can see his average at 262, his RBIs at 61, his home runs at 17. Adam, what say you about this young man participating?
It's definitely been a good bright spot for the A's last few years on some very bad athletics teams. And Rooker, in that midst of all the chaos been going on between Oakland moving to Sacramento, Rooker has been one of the bright spots for that A's team. You know, he's been slugging the ball really well. He's been their star slugger. And, you know, really happy to see him participating in the Derby tonight. You know, we got a nice stroke to left field side. He's going to be one of many contestants who I think will hit a lot of home runs tonight in a more hitter-friendly ballpark.
Shana, we'll bring you in now. Of course, you've got the odds-on favorite to win the Home Run Derby tonight, courtesy of ESPN. You can catch at 8 o'clock. He's from the Seattle Mariners. Cal Raleigh at plus 255, the catcher. His average at 258, 82 RBIs, 36 home runs for the season. His at-bats at around 347. What say you about this young man?
Yeah, Cal Raleigh, he's a beast, man. He just set the record for most home runs before the All-Star break for the American League, right? So he can definitely crush it. He I don't know, he was on pace to break Bonds. I think he finished one shy of Bonds' record for the overall Major League
Bonds
Baseball.
At 39 in
2001. Yeah, he ended with 38 right before the All-Star break. So he can crush it. He's definitely going to be a contender here in this Home Run Derby.
Let's talk about one more guy that, of course, is partaking in the Home Run Derby this evening, 8 o'clock, courtesy of ESPN. I'm joined with Adam, the Ace of Diamonds. You can see him on our X page at AH Ace of Diamonds. And, of course, we all know who Shane O'Mac is at Shane Knows Best Bets, I believe. Is that right there, Shano? Did I say that right? Uh-oh, I think we lost Shano there. Let's go to you, Adam, real quick. Say a little bit about Byron Buxton at plus 850, the center fielder from the Twins.
Yeah, talk about
289. Go ahead.
Yeah, talk about a season Buxton's been having for the Twins. Of course, last few years and throughout his career, he's dealt with a litany of injury issues, and especially ever since he signed that big extension with the Twins a few years ago for over a course of 7 years. And he's in the middle of that contract right now. This year, though, looks like he's putting on one of his healthiest seasons ever as a big leaguer. And, you can see why people are, always hyping him up so time. He's shown why he's one of the best outfielders in the game. Always been a great speed threat, always been awesome defensively. And, of course, he's always done power, which is part of his game that's developed better than ever over these last few years as well. Another guy who I'm really excited to see smoke balls into the stands tonight.
Shano, let's get to our picks. That's what they pay us around here for. We'll get to your pick right now. He is, of course, of the Washington Nationals. His name is James Woods. He is the left fielder, number 29. His current stats before the break was at 278. His RBI is at 69, 24 home runs with 356 at-bats. Currently at plus 400. What say you? Why the pick?
James Wood. He's the pick. He's my pick, at least. I think this is a budding superstar that the Major League Baseball wants to get behind and push him to the next stratosphere, right? He is an incredible player. The mostly unknown, I feel like, outside of the D.C. area for the most part, except for the hardcore seam heads. But he is a huge guy. He's like 6'7", lots of power. He has opposite field power, so he can hit all over the ballpark. He also has like the fourth highest exit velocity on average in the Major League Baseball, I believe. It's the fourth or fifth, so he's top five. I see him crushing the ball tonight, hitting a lot of home runs. That's my pick to win it. Also, if I'm looking back in previous history, I know this doesn't affect each other because they're different players, but the last two Nationals to be in the home run derby both won. Juan Soto, he won the home run derby as a National, and Bryce Harper also won the home run derby as a National. So the Nationals have a good track record of whoever they send to the home run derby ends up winning it. So I'm going to stick with that track record, and I'm going to stick with the big man and James Wood and winning it tonight.
Yeah, nice pick there, Shano. Young man who's been totally dominating in at least for the Washington Nationals. Adam, we'll get to your pick here, of course, from the Pittsburgh Pirates, and everybody, you can see the statistics right there below. From the Pittsburgh Pirates there, of course, I'm referring to O'Neill Cruz, currently at plus 310, the center fielder. His stats average at 212, 16 home runs for the season thus far, 37 RBIs with 307 at-bats. What say you there, Adam, for the pick?
Yeah, of course, similar to kind of what Shano's reasoning was with O'Neill Cruz, or James Wood, I should say. Of course, Wood and Cruz, two similar parts of your game is their size. I like, about 6'7" stature. And, again, you talk about the exit velocity that Wood has. I believe O'Neill Cruz, he smokes the ball just as much as anyone else. I swear, every time I look up, he's hitting a ball 120 miles an hour. And then it's never 120 mile an hour hit ball. I mean, he will smoke those balls like no tomorrow. And that big frame, that big lefty swing, alongside that high-octane boom-bursting exit field, that's why I have him as my number one pick. He's really going to play well in that short porch chop house area of Truist Park.
We'll get to my pick right now here. Oh, Shano, go ahead.
Cruz, he's number one in the major leagues for exit velocity. So you're dead on. He can smoke the ball as well.
Oh, yeah.
I just looked it up while we were talking because I couldn't remember for sure. But Wood is fourth for on average. So you're talking about your two guys in the top five there that can really crush the ball.
Adam, it'd be wrong not to bring up your guy Jazz here from the New York Yankees. Young buck here. People are starting to say, hey, he could be the next Judge. I don't know about that, my friend. What say you about this guy?
I mean, I don't think Jazz is, Judge. Chisholm is not going to put up the historic home run numbers and a historic OPS and, all that. He's, and be a top five, have a top five season. That will be history like Judge's right now. Arguably, he's having the best season right now by righty hitter ever behind Bonds and Babe Ruth, of course, who are ahead of him in those categories. They have a couple of seasons there that's been better than Judge this year. But anyways, Chisholm, though, he's definitely been a definitely a great addition to Yankees ever since trade deadline last year when they got him from the Marlins. Being big part of our offense. Has been stroking ball well. I mean, I think he's had more power amongst second baseman in the league. And he's been playing a lot of third base with the Yankees, but they moved him back to second base lately, where he's better defensively. And so, I don't really think Jazz will have much chance to win a derby compared to some other guys tonight, but I definitely do like Jazz in a lefty swing again, kind of similar to O'Neill Cruz and James Wood, who's also lefty. I feel like, that, wherever chop house is in that short porch is going to play well for him. Of course, Jazz used to, that short porch going on in Yankee Stadium. So, he's kind of used to that.
My pick, of course, is from the Atlanta Braves, where it is. I'm trying to not be biased here. Where, hey, look, do you have the advantage because you play in the park all the time? You know what I mean? I do agree with Shano's pick with James Wood. He can totally smoke it, and your pick as well, Adam, with Cruz. But with Matt, I'm going with my pick. I'm going with Matt Olson from the Atlanta Braves. I just think that the first baseman from the Atlanta Braves. I just think he's got an opportunity here. I mean. Just wanted to touch base with you there, Adam, regarding what your thought of my pick from Matt Olson.
Jonathan, I think that's a very good pick. Definitely like, Olson in his home ballpark definitely will be getting some big claps, and big applauses, tonight, in Atlanta. I definitely like it. A lot of, getting a lot of lefty power that he has taken place for Ron Cunha, who's, not participating in the Derby tonight. And yeah, I mean, I think, another lefty swinger, who could definitely, get some, into the short porch over there in Truist Park. And yeah, definitely look for him to have a big night. So no going wrong your bet there.
Looks like Shano's on the move there. Before we sign off here, Shano, we have
Amazon dropped off a package while I was sitting out in the front porch
look
here.
at that. Was it our producer Mark? Maybe he's sending us our paychecks right through Amazon. I think we just
It's a big
plug
box.
Amazon.
So let's see sent it all on $1 bills. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. Jeez.
I think it's mostly the wife buying some stuff we don't need. But
I definitely know about that. Trust me, I definitely know about that. We've covered all 8 of the participants taking place the Home Run Derby here, courtesy of ESPN at 8 o'clock Eastern. We talked about Buxton, of course, from the Twins, Roker from the Athletics, Chisholm from the Yankees, which was paying at plus 1,000. Your pick, of course, Shano, with Wood. Cruz with Adams' pick. My pick, of course, from the Atlanta Braves, and Olsen. So let's move real quick to the All-Star game. We'll go with you first there, Shano, and then we'll go to Adam. What are your thoughts on the All-Star game taking place tomorrow night as the regular season returns back this Thursday? So, have a couple days off for the Ace of Diamonds, who's it takes care of us during the MLB season for his best bets. But what do you think? What do you expect to see on the All-Star game there, at, Shano, with tomorrow's game?
Well, I'm going to start off saying that the Major League Baseball's All-Star game is probably my favorite out of all the Major League sports All-Star games, because I feel like it's the most similar to their actual product, right? The NFL is a joke. It's like flag football now, right? So it's a joke. The NBA, there's no defense played. It's like 410 to 375 as final scores for their All-Star game, right? So the Major League Baseball, it's like it feels like the most product, like they actually see like on a day in day night basis, which I like, right? So that's like the thing I like the best about that. We might have a video dropping later about that, Joe the Fan, about the All-Star games and how we can fix the other ones too. We recorded that one pretty recently, remember?
Yep. Adam, what say you about the All-Star game? I know you have some thoughts on this between the AL and NL.
Yeah, so certainly, I'm going to favor the National League in this one. I believe they're actually the underdogs by a bit. Going to this one, I think it might have to do with the, maybe because the AL has better pitching. I know, for the, but I'm going to go with the NL. I like the lineup depth with the NL. I feel like they have, the more experience in the manager, Dave Roberts, who's had 2 World Series titles. I think he was going to manage the game very well. Going against my Yankees, Aaron Boone, who I have some questionable thoughts of, at times. But the NL lineup does have a lot of depth. You guys, Freeman, Ohtani, guys like Lindor, Acuna, who's going to be playing in an All-Star game. Even in fact, he's not playing in the Derby tonight. You have Will Smith, Ketel Marte, Manny Machado at third base. Definitely a lot more, I would say, superstar firepower compared to the AL, which, does have, of course, Judge, which has Raleigh, and Jose Ramirez, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. from the Jays, a couple younger players like Riley Green. You have the rookie shortstop for the A's, who Jacob Wilson's been having a very good year. But again, the NL without more, alongside that, more superstar firepower, of course, more brand names in that lineup, and as well as the fact that I feel like there's more experience. I feel like the NL will have an edge on this one offensively. Pitching wise, might see a bit of an edge, maybe with the American League. I believe they have the better in the starters, but I still think the NL pitching can still hold off the AL enough to come away with the win in that one.
So there's some good news and bad news, courtesy of our friends here at DraftKings. They have, of course, a boost, profit boost there at 33% for the Home Run Derby there. So Shano's pick was currently, it's gone down there, Shano, a little bit at plus 400 now for Wood. But if you add the 33, you're at plus 535. So, but the bad news is, Shano, you can only put $10 down for that bet. Cruz, of course, has gone up to plus 340. Raleigh has gone to plus 295. Excuse me. So this is going to be, of course, a little interesting in how you guys want to do it. That's always that profit boost that you always get there, Shano.
Yeah, the profit boost is huge, man. I mean, that just makes it even better bet. Yeah, over plus 500. That's great for Wood. I'm gonna have to jump on that now. But like you said, $10 max is not ideal. But hey, I'll take it.
They also have a thing before we go here, guys. Winning nationality of USA minus 205, rest of the world at plus 170. Obviously, there's some participants that are not part of the U.S. Adam, what say you? I think one represents the Dominican Republic, correct?
Sorry, say it again.
I believe one participant from the Derby participants, some are from the U.S., of course, but
Yes.
some are, of course, from the rest of the world. I believe one is a participant of the Dominican Republic, correct?
Yeah, I think Junior Caminero, I believe, on a Tampa Bay race.
Yeah, so that's...
I think it would be him.
Yeah, he's at plus 1,200 to win it all. To proceed, to have the most record home runs in the first round, let me run this by you, gentlemen, before we go. Riley at plus 310. This is after the first round. Cruz at plus 350. Wood at plus 500. My guy Olson, my pick, at plus 750. Roker plus 800. Buxton at plus 850. Your Yankee there, Jazz. Chisholm Jr. at plus 950 and Junior at 1,000. And then they have, of course, the over-under of each participant. So, Shana, I'm going to go to you. Your guy that you picked, which is James Wood, his over-under is 20.5 in the first round. It's even money for over 20.5, minus 120, under 20.5.
20.5 in the first round. Ooh, I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna go over at even money.
Even money. Adam, we'll go to you with your pick. Of course, you had selected Mr. Cruz. His over-under is 21.5. Over 21.5 is plus 110. Under 21.5 is minus 130. So you're paying 30 cents to the dollar there. Does he go over? Does he beat that number in the first round?
Whoa. That's a good question. I'll go the under.
Okay. I'm going to go over for mine. It's currently at 18.5 at minus 120. Over at even money for Matt Olson. I think he'll go because of the advantage of the Atlanta and where they're playing at. He's used to it. The crowd, the home crowd, etc. I think Olson does well and gets through the first round. Hopefully he gets to and wins the whole thing, but we'll have to wait and see. All right, so I want to thank our guests, Adam, the Ace of Diamonds. You can catch him at Adam Ace of Diamonds on X. Shano, of course, you can get at Shane Knows Best Bets on X. Did I get that right there, Shano?
At Shane Just Win Bets.
Oh, Just Win Bets. Excuse me. Just Win Bets. And that's all he does. He just wins. But also, and you can catch me at Joe the Fan on X, guys. Don't forget to leave a comment below. Hit that subscribe button that tells you when we are going to have a new video out. You can hit that thumbs up. It tells us how we're doing. It tells our producer, Mark, that we're actually doing something today. Finally, our thoughts and prayers go out to the victims and the families and everybody in Texas. You can see the banner up top. If you're able to help, please do. Effect of all those victims and families in those Texas areas. You can see that QR code. You can scan that, and it goes right to the Red Cross and everywhere else. And you can definitely help out. So if you're able to, please do so. I know the men and women there, the volunteers are helping them out tremendously. So our thoughts and prayer go out to all of them. All right, guys, until next time, we will definitely catch you later. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.